The next module we're going to talk about is the news module. So I'm going to add the news module here, and I'm going to give this a name. And now you'll see that we have CMS 201 News over here on the left-hand side. So how this works is I'm able to add stories into the news module, and then on our CMS it will display these stories, very similar to what the blog module does. So as an example, we have a site out here for big data at GVSU. And if you look over here on the right-hand side, they have the GVSU news module going right here. And if we take a look at their page, over here on the left-hand side, we've clicked on Big Data at GVSU News, and these are all of the different news stories they have within this news module here. So let me show you how to get this added and how to customize it. So we're back at our CMS page, and we're going to add our first story. So I'm going to click this button that says Add Story. And let's give this a title. So we're just going to call this Hello from CMS 201. So I want to give this news story a date, so we'll make it today's date, which is November 4. And then here's some other content that you can fill in. So I'm going to take a second just to fill in all this information. So now that I have all the information filled out, I'm going to click Submit. And there you go. Now we see we have our first news story added there. So I'm going to take a second and add in a few more news stories so that I can show the example. So now that I've added some news stories here, let's add this news module to one of our pages. So I'm going to click on Content on the left-hand side. I'm going to click on the page I wish to edit. And once this page loads, I'm going to click on the Modules button over here in the bottom right. From here, I'm going to select the News CMS 201 News. This is the one we just created. And you can see that it is now added to our page. If I double click on this or click on the blue Edit button here, you can see we have some more options that we can configure. So you can have the heading showing or hiding on the news. You can also choose the number of stories that you want to display. So for our example, let's say we just want 2 stories to be shown. And then you can also have description showing or hiding, and you could also show or hide the images. So for our example, I changed it to be 2 stories displaying, to hide the descriptions, and to show the images. So now that I've changed those, let's hit Save Changes. And now let's click on the Preview Draft button, and let's see what this page looks like. So you can see here, these are the 2 different news articles that we have showing. So a person can come here and they can click on either one of these, and it will take them to another page which gives them more information. I could put links in here if I want to. I can do whatever I want as far as creating content. But we've now created the news module, and in the future, what I would want to do is if I come back to the CMS and I save our page that we just worked on, now if I go back to this CMS 201 News over here, I can now simply add a story, and when that story is added and submitted, it will automatically appear in the news module that I've added to the page.